one of the things that I have to stress and incorporate is the fact that it's thrust. Because if you do a lot of strikes without a lot of thrust, you're missing half of the exercises. Because I've done research on Roman gladiators, and what they did, the soldiers, the legions that fought thousands of years ago in the Roman Colosseums, and the soldiers, actually soldiers, not the gladiator games. And there have been commanders and generals from the Roman legions that have said they would laugh at their enemies that would go for slashes, because with their short swords and their spears, they could get a lot of work done with the thrust. So we have our thrust, which in our system is 5s, 6s, 7s, 10s, 11s. And when you do those, just remember, your targeting, it doesn't have to always stay stagnant. I always tell people, you know what? Don't stay stagnant when you have your targeting. What you want to do is just flow and keep the move going. Keep the flows and your thrusts. Don't forget your blocks. Your blocks and deflections can also become attacks. They can become attacks. Keep it simple. Keep it strong. Thrusts. Don't forget your thrusts. Don't forget the downwards. You got your 8s. And I like to go from a slash to a thrust. You go from a 9 to a thrust, puño at the back. Don't forget, in our system, our ranges are from medium to close range, but they also extend to long range when you do clásico. I love the simplicity of our system because it's all about adjustments. It's all about transitioning. You don't stay stagnant with your weapon. The weapon size can be long or short. The distances can go from medium range to close range to even long range. But just always remember, escrima is all about adjustments. All about movement. All about knowing where your target is, who and where the enemy is attacking from. Maybe he might come from behind. Maybe he might come from the side. Dishwan, Manong. So just remember, don't forget, keep it alive. Your live hand is very dangerous because when you're distracted by the weapon, that dude can pull you in with his live hand and then get you with his weapon hand, pulling in, stabbing, thrusting. I like to say thrust because you start saying stabbing, like stab, all day long. People are like, oh my God, that's a crazy guy. He like to stab. But when you thrust, that might be the verbiage and the terminology can be a little bit more civil,